Hey everybody, welcome back to the Gulf Coast Huddle, brought to you by Lone Star Gridiron. Each week, Chris Daly and Mike Foreman break down all the Texas high school football along the Texas Gulf Coast. Now, strap on your gear and let's go.
Lone Star Gridiron is looking for interns. Over the years, we have helped dozens of students get jobs in sports media. If you want to shortcut your path to a career in sports media, click on the internship link on LoneStarGridiron.com. Hey, do you need topsoil, fill dirt, sand, mulch, gravel, limestone, you name it? Do you need that delivered and or spread? Texas Tree Cycle in Victoria has you covered for residential and commercial projects, big or small. These guys do it all. They do some amazing work. You can call them at 361-237-8006 for a free estimate. That's Texas Tree Cycle, bringing quality materials to your yard. All right, everybody join me in welcoming Mike Foreman to the show. Mike, we still got a lot of teams left.
Yeah, we're doing really well.
I
can't say I'm totally surprised, but
no.
It's gone about like we expected, and we got a few more. We have in our area we have 10 games,
nice.
11 area teams. So we're guaranteed at least one game next week.
Nice. So if they all mess up, at least one's going in.
Yeah, at least one team will still be alive next week. So
yeah, and then hey, before we get into this week's games, which I want to shout out to Calhoun. Man, they gave Davenport everything they could handle, and Davenport was supposed to roll in that game. So I'm really impressed with the Sand Crabs this year. They didn't get to practice on Thanksgiving, but they had a great year.
Yeah, well, the thing is that's true, and I'll tell you what. I mean, one thing that does is it definitely gives Bay City some hope.
Yes.
Because I was impressed the way they beat LBJ. I went to that game, and they physically dominated LBJ. And they were able to, control the ball and keep LBJ off the field, which is what you want to do because, boy, are they explosive. I mean, we saw that. I mean, Bay City built a 34-3 lead, and LBJ scored 2 touchdowns, two-point conversions in the fourth quarter and actually got the ball back. And Bay City intercepted the pass to kind of seal it. But, I mean, they are explosive, LBJ was. But, Bay City did what it had to do. And so, after watching the score from Davenport Calhoun, and I was told that game was actually tied.
Yeah.
And, Calhoun fumbled once, which led to the go-ahead score. Or the field goal, the go-ahead field goal, and then fumbled again that led to the final touchdown.
Yeah, exactly. It was very, very winnable. And on the show with Coach Hernser, that's what he said. He said, you can't – I'm not going to fault a kid for making an extra effort and trying to get more yards, but both those fumbles were that same situation. They could have gone down, totally different outcome to the game, but they pushed harder and tried to get more yards. And it got knocked out.
Oh, man, that's too bad. Yeah, but so anyways, Bay City and Davenport are playing Friday afternoon in Cypress at Pridgeon. That's not at the Berry Center. That's the older stadium.
Right. That was the only one for a long time, but now everybody thinks of the Berry Center,
Yeah, in fact, we do have a game there, though, at what it's called technically UFCU Stadium at the Berry Center. Nancy Yoakum is playing Hardin there.
Oh, yeah.
Friday night. And this is the second straight undefeated team that Yoakum is playing. They just beat Fairfield. And if they can win this, they're going to make it to the regional final where they could play Columbus.
Yeah.
So, because Columbus has Franklin this week, that should be a good game.
It should be. You're right. That's one that both of these teams are down a little bit from their peak. When Franklin, had their running back, they were amazing. Columbus had their running back, they were amazing, and they won state championships. So, again, winnable game by either one. And then, again, if Yoakum gets up to that next game, I think that's a winnable game even.
Yeah,
for Yoakum.
Yeah, really. Yoakum gave Columbus a good game in district. So, Yoakum's got a shot if he can win this week. So we'll see what happens there. Like I said, both those games up in Cyprus. The other teams, one other team still playing is Victoria West.
Yeah.
They annihilated Mission Veterans Memorial. That wasn't even close. But now they get the rematch with Alamo Heights.
Right.
That is going to be a challenge. They play at 1 p.m. At Bastrop Memorial Stadium. There'll actually be a doubleheader there. Goliad is playing after West at 7 against Llano.
Nice.
So if you want, you could kind of make a trip out of it. Go to Bastrop for the day and see 2 games. Alamo Heights, they've got the running back. And I believe he rushed, that's when he set the record. He rushed for over 5 yards against West last time. So I'm sure that West will be trying to make some adjustments to see if they can slow it down.
Yeah.
That's going to be the key. Now, West did score on Alamo Heights.
Right.
They just couldn't stop that running back. So we'll see. We'll see. It's like coaches say, they hate playing a team twice.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. And I tell you, the only real way to slow him down, though, is to keep the ball away from them, and that's going to be the key. Can West have long drives?
Yeah. That's right. They need some long drives, and it wouldn't hurt for them to get a break or two, maybe.
Yeah.
So, because Alamo Heights, their record's 11-1. The only loss was to Berkeley, and so it's going to be a challenge. But the third round, you're usually running into somebody pretty good.
Yeah. Coaches say it all the time, and they even start saying it in the second round. They're saying, "Look, there's no bad teams left."
Yeah.
But you're right. By this round, these are all great teams that are having amazing seasons.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this too. I noticed this last night, and I don't know if it'll make Victoria East feel any better, but all 4 teams from that district are in the regional semifinals.
Wow.
You got New Braunfels, Smithson Valley, Fernie Champion, and then Piper, San Antonio. So that's, so basically we're guaranteed having that region from that district.
Right,
so
right.
Shows you how good that district is. And, it's just unfortunate for Victoria East that realignment put it in that district.
Yeah, but again, iron sharpens iron, so maybe it helped them because they're looking pretty good.
Yeah, so we'll see. I'm sure East East will see. We've got, I believe it's, I think Piper and Smithson Valley play, and then you have New Braunfels and Champion, I think. So that'll be, and then the winners will play the next week for the regional title. But so kind of going on our other one, the Cuero Gobblers, speaking of rematches.
Yep.
They get a chance to avenge their only loss of the season. playing Rockport Fulton, and that'll be at Buccaneer Stadium Friday night at 6. And, the Gobblers, I saw them last week against Gonzales. They look better.
They look a lot better. Their defense looks better. That's what's impressing me.
Yeah, their defense is playing much better, and they did exactly what we talked about West doing. They kept the ball away from Gonzales.
Yeah.
And, and I'm not sure, having seen Rockport Fulton, I think will be a benefit for Cuero.
Yeah. Yeah.
They know now what to expect. They also made some mistakes in that game that I'm sure they're going to correct. But, so if they win.
I was going to say, that one's going to be really interesting because, I watched that Cuero Rockport Fulton game before, and it was insane. What was it, 56, 55 or something like that? It was crazy.
It was crazy. And, I don't know. Cuero jumped out on them, and then Rockport came back. And so we'll see on that. The winner of that, if Cuero wins, or even Rockport, good chance they'll have a rematch with Sinton, because Sinton's playing Wimberley. Of course, Wimberley's good, but this is not the Wimberley of old.
No, not at all. Not at all.
The obvious evidence of that is 3 of the 4 teams from Cuero's district defeated teams from Wimberley's district.
Right, yeah, definitely.
Including Rockport beating Salado, which was the district champion. So, I mean, and it, to me, tells me that district was stronger than Wimberley's district. But, we'll see. Wimberley has that tradition going.
Right, and that's the thing. But how far removed are they from that tradition? Right. Yes, they've always been a great program. Even last year, a bad year for Wimberley is not winning or attending a state championship. But you're right. Sinton, to me, you remember at the very beginning of the season, I was high on Sinton, and then got kind of talked out of them. And then, man, they're putting up 60 points a game in the playoffs right now. So they're going to be tough to break.
Yeah, they, after seeing them against Cuero, I mean, their offense is just tremendous.
Yeah.
That running back, Green, Micah Green, I think his name, he's outstanding. And, they're going to ride him, obviously, but they can throw too. So, they're hard to stop. There's no place for that. But, anyways, and then kind of moving along, we got, like I said, Goliad's got to play Llano.
Yeah.
Llano is along with Edna, probably the 2 favorites in the region.
That's the other side of the bracket, Edna and Ingram Moore.
Yeah, I think Llano, of course, before the last realignment, they dropped from 4A to 3A.
Right.
So they obviously have the numbers. And, they got the numbers. We'll see if Goliad, Goliad's been winning pretty handily. So, and Goliad's got some talent. They've got speed and size, too. So, they're capable. We'll see. And then Edna and Ingram Moore, I don't know if Ingram Moore can challenge Edna or not. Edna to me Edna goes as Edna plays.
Amen. Yes.
It's a lot of times it doesn't even matter about the opponents, just how the Edna plays. I mean,
right.
That if they don't play well, then they leave it. And if they do, they win. A lot of times they win handily. So,
I agree. It's Edna, you think, versus that team in the other uniform, but no, that doesn't matter. It's Edna versus Edna.
So, and then, of course, you mentioned Tidehaven, and I was a little surprised. Now, I don't know the circumstances, but I was a little surprised Stockdale scored 22.
Yeah.
On tight end.
Yeah.
That may have been, some of those may have come against, their reserves. But, so anyways, we'll see. I mean, that's an afternoon game. So we'll see. I think Tidehaven should be able to get away with that one. The other side of they play Blanco.
Yeah.
But Blanco's 10-2, so they're no slouch.
Yeah. It's still, I think this is Tidehaven would have to really stub their toe to lose this one. I think they're a better team.
Yeah, and the other side of the bracket, you still have East Bernard.
Yeah.
So we could have a rematch there in the regional final.
That would be great. Yeah.
Be a lot of fun for that. And then, of course, the one that kind of know a lot of people around here have been looking for is Refugio and Ganado.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you what, those two teams have played every year since 2020. And I think they played, 20. I think they played 7 times, and 5 of those games have been in the playoffs. And they, Refugio won the first 5, and handily. It wasn't close. But Ganado has come back and won the last 2. Of course, last year when they won 14-6, and that was actually their toughest test until the final. So I think the team that exists, I'm not going to say is going to win it all, but has a definite chance to win it all.
Well, I'm still, Refugio to me, I don't see them as one of the all-time great Refugio teams. I mean, they've had some amazing teams. I think they're a good team, but even their playoff run has not been that dominant. I don't know. I think Ganado is kind of similar. They're not the state championship Ganado, but they're doing what they need to do.
Well, actually, I think going to Refugio today, I kind of understand that Weimar game because Weimar's good.
Yes, they are.
They were just Jekyll and Hyde. Some weeks it'd be the good Weimar, some weeks it'd be the bad Weimar. And Refugio definitely caught the good Weimar. And the other thing about that is they come out of that district where they're not challenged at all.
Exactly.
They run into a slot T, wing T Weimar team, which is difficult to defend in a week. And then against Rosebud Lot, their quarterback, Ray Lewis, they weren't sure if he was going to play at all, so he did not practice all week.
Oh, wow.
And he did play. So now he's got a week of practice, which is obviously going to help. And on the other side, you have Ganado, which, it was to be expected early on with that line. I mean, they lost all but one.
Yeah.
And, but they're playing, according to what Coach Josh Irvin says, they're playing a lot better.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they've come a long way, that's for sure.
So I still think either one of these teams has the capability to win state. But the surprising thing is Kennedy. I mean, they beat Crawford, and they're playing Mason.
Yeah.
It's just amazing what Coach Jackson's done over there. To have them in the regional semifinals.
Yeah, it's a heck of a showing by them. I don't think they're getting past Mason because I think Mason is super strong this year.
But yeah, I don't know though. Mason's district was pretty weak.
Yeah.
So I'm not convinced yet that they're the Mason of old.
Right.
Again, you could say Ganedo's not the same Ganedo. Not the same Refugio. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting. Kennedy, they've kind of got it together the last few weeks.
Yeah.
And, I mean, heck, everybody thought they were going to finish fourth, and then they go blow out Weimar.
Yeah.
Get the third seed. So, so that we'll see about that, because that I just think that'd be kind of neat if Kennedy made it, and then you have either Ganedo or Refugio play Kennedy in the regional final.
Yeah, that would be great. And I tell you, as far as state championships, if you look at the 16 teams left, you're right. Ganedo, Refugio, either one of them is, as likely as anybody else. There's no superpowers out here.
No, I mean, it's been kind of surprising, people getting beat, and so that'll be interesting to see who comes out of that. And then, of course, we have Shiner, which is they're playing Iola. I really think Shiner, should win that game. And the thing is, they were actually trailing Brackettville at one point, but they ended up, kind of almost blowing them out. But,
they woke up.
Yeah, did wake up. One of the coaches told me it was a good wake-up call for them.
Yeah.
But the other side of the brackets where it's interesting, I believe that it would be the Bremond on the other side.
No, Granger and Junction.
Yeah, that'd be Junction and Granger, yeah. So this Bremond's Region 3. But, Junction and, so Junction just really handled Falls City.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, I was a little surprised. I know they did it earlier, but Falls City had a lot of injuries during that game. As far as I know, they were at pretty much full strength.
Right.
So, Granger's still undefeated too. So,
they knocked out Yorktown and Dehanis. Again, you look at state championships here. I think Shiner's got as good a shot as anybody out here, because Mart, they're traditional power, but are they the Mart of old? I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think they're old. And, of course, I don't know if Munster's still winning, but...
and Munster and Albany this week,
Yeah, Munster is the team that got them last year.
Right,
and,
right.
So I'm sure Shiner would love a rematch.
No doubt.
But anyways, I'm really, optimistic that we will have at least a few teams left next week.
Yeah, I think so. So before we go, which games are you going to attend?
I'm attending Refugio Ganedo on Friday in Port Lavaca.
So, you're not taking in a doubleheader on Saturday?
Well, our area, all of our teams are playing Friday.
Oh, right.
I was kind of disappointed. I was hoping Bay City would stay on Saturday. But, I guess, I don't know if they tried or not. I think the reason Coach Jones was playing on Saturdays was, if you play Saturday, you get a chance usually to go scout the other team.
Right.
On Friday night. But I guess because of Thanksgiving or whatever, they're playing. And, of course, I think next week, you're going to see our 2As move to Thursday. Because, especially in Division I, which the final is Wednesday night.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Coach Cox said, and I'm pretty sure I wouldn't doubt if Shiner switched as well.
Nice.
I think of course the 3As play on Thursday too.
Mm-hmm.
You could have them, if not this week, next week. So because I guess if you play on Thursday, you could play on Friday. But
Yeah.
when you're playing Wednesday, you almost have to play on Thursday.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
And, as we said before, the UIL, if you are playing that Wednesday night, the UIL allows you to work out on Sunday.
Yeah.
So, but it's still difficult. There's no question.
No doubt. Well, cool, Mike. We've got, like you said, we've got a pretty good shot at having some of these, 11 teams still alive. Guaranteed one, though.
Yeah, we're guaranteed at least one game next week. So that's always nice to be guaranteed a game. And, who knows? We could have, Edna Goliad.
Yep.
We could have Kennedy against Ganeto or Furio. And, so those kind of games are possible. So just kind of have to wait and see how it goes.
Sounds good. Well, again, Mike, thank you, and thanks to everybody for tuning in, and we'll definitely be back here next week.
Okay, you have a happy Thanksgiving, Chris.
Oh, you too. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
All right, bye.
Coaches, boosters, parents, every sport deserves a spotlight. From football and volleyball to basketball, soccer, baseball, softball, track, wrestling, and more. Give your athletes a weekly coaches show that builds pride and raises funds. Lone Star Podcast Network makes it turnkey. You talk for a few minutes. We handle production and distribution. Sponsors love it. Families share it. And your program benefits. Get the free information kit at lonestarpodcast.com/coaches. That's lonestarpodcast.com/coaches. Your team, your sport, your show.